Welcome. Thank you for tuning in for Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to thank you for coming in and attending and appreciate all that you do for the show. I want you to know that if you're watching this as a replay, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunthangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. When you register, you must use your real first and last name separated by a space. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in but just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can enter your questions or comments in the chat box over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself. So be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do that during a live stream. So you got to come in during the live stream portion, post your comment or question, and I will hopefully get a chance to bring it to the conversation. So if it's not convenient for you to watch the whole show at that time, I understand. Come back and watch the replay. We have a lot of views after the live stream. Now, if you find Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, Sparky does videos of flying at the flying field. He does contest coverage. If you find this channel informative and enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And please consider subscribing and sharing, commenting. All these activities help the Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member. I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account, and I don't have to do that, but I want to partner up with you. Hopefully we can support this hobby, support this YouTube channel, which is promoting control line stunt. And when you join, you become a member of the family. And with that, you have access to member-only videos. Sparky has some videos that have been uploaded that are strictly for members only. So you get a chance to listen to those, watch those videos. Plus, Sparky has a question and answer show once a month. So for $4.99, you get all that. Plus, you have access to all these decades of experience of building and flying model airplanes. Now, your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunthangar, and those that are members, I notice them in the chat box. They have special badges next to their name, so it's a way I can see who are the supporting patrons of our channel and who isn't. And hopefully, you'd want to be one of the supporting patrons. Hopefully, you want to be recognized when we see your names in the chat box. We see the ones that are actually supporting us. We appreciate them. We appreciate everybody, but please support us. I think it's a great value. I can't imagine a better value out there, especially if you enjoy building and flying model airplanes. And I mean, it could be just one golden nugget, one gem that you hear on the show that could just change your trajectory as far as your enjoyment and skill level as far as building and flying. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. I come in here twice a week. I set the show up, stream it on YouTube. If you want to get in touch with me, because I don't check Sparky's comments, I don't go into Sparky's channel, but just twice a week. So if you want to reach me, go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. Our hobby is Flying Control Line Stunt. That's the name of the channel that I have. Go there. If you would locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video that Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful and light Junar XL. It was kind of a bucket list day for me. I actually flew in front of 5 trained judges at the Nationals. And I was actually flying and holding around the whole week a beautiful plane, Sparky's orange Junar XL. So check it out. See me do the pattern. Check out my other videos that are other videos of other people flying and myself. And give me a comment. Give me a I don't have super chats, but give me a comment, a like, and I appreciate it very much. And I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things that you wouldn't say or do on your own children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm going to post a link now at stunthangar.com. Let me go there now and post this link. So the link is posted. So continue refreshing your browser so you can see the new link that's posted with today's date. And come on in, come on down. And now I'm going to make my way to the control panel at YouTube and see how the show is streaming. Make my way there now, right now. And I see there's a couple people there already. Fantastic. Let me make my way there. So hope everybody had a good weekend. I actually had a pretty good weekend. I had a chance to work in my shop, work on my SV11 some more, working on the wheel pants. Let me see here. Just give me a moment here and I'll be where I want to be. And looks like, all right. Looks like it is streaming. We're live. It's all the way live. And let's see here. So it looks like Marcel Legrand. Hey, Marcel. He says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. Love it. I just finished work for the day. Oh, good for you. Absolutely cool. Sit down and enjoy. Have some of my popcorn if you want. And I have some coffee for you. Make yourself at home. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. He gave us an applause. Thank you very much, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. And then Terry Mitchell, he says, hey, Charles, like sent. Thank you very much, Terry. What's up? Hey, Terry, you haven't sent any questions in a long time. I actually thought your questions really, matter of fact, everyone, ask questions. You know, I want the chat box to be equal part of the show. So please keep the questions and comments coming in. And those of you who are just watching, come on in. You know, the link is posted at stunthangar.com/SMF. And if you're not a member, it's easy to register. Use your real first and last name. You must separate it by a space and have a valid email address. And Sparky, he's spinning lots of plates, but he will get around to approve you. And right now we have 15 concurrent viewers and 6 likes. So there's almost 9 of you out there who haven't hit the like button. Please do that before you forget. So come on in. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Caffeine?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you, Charles?
Doing good. I've been, been working on my SV11. It's flying really good. It did really well at the last contest that I had a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have the wheel pants on. And I had them on prior to that, but when I had them on last year, they were kind of cockeyed. They weren't both. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just doing a really good job. Looks like we have a new person coming in.
That would be me, Charles.
Hey, Peter, how you doing? Your name is oh, that's your wife's name, right? Lois?
Oh, does it say Lois? Yeah, that's my wife's name. She does a book study thing. So I guess she's the one who's Zoom registered. So never mind.
No problem. My name is not Stunthangar. You see my handle is Stunthangar.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Well, consider Lewis then. Just spell. Right.
Yes.
I don't even know how to change that. And
so. No, it's no big deal. No, it's no big deal.
Well, I saw you there at Whittier and thought I'd check in. It's only been a year and a half since I said
Yes.
hi before. From
I know. I remember last time you came in, you actually demoed a carrier.
No, you know me. I'm still playing around.
Yeah, well, that was really
Yeah.
interesting. I had never seen a carrier up close, so that was a good thing.
I won the event at Whittier.
Congratulations! Wow,
They have an
fantastic.
interesting way of scoring because there's so many carrier events. There's probably more events than there are people flying it in the United States. So rather than, and 15 carrier, profile carrier, scale carrier, Skyray carrier, Northwest Sport carrier, what the CD does, or the event director does, is go through the carrier society and get a list of the records for every carrier event.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody flies their event and gets their numbers, and then they are mathematically factored into the record, and whoever has the closest to the record, it's called percentage, the highest percentage of the record is the winner, regardless of the class.
Interesting.
So I think it was my Northwest Sport Carrier flight. I was locked in, and I was like at 89.8% of the record.
Wow.
And that was the high score. Now there are others that were slower and faster, but they weren't that close to the national record, so that I was above them. And that's the way you can get dissimilar aircraft and performance to compete against each other on a level playing field, and it's not subjective, it's just flat out numbers. So anyway,
Wow, that's kind of attractive.
I thought it was kind of brilliant. I only understood it, really, I had seen it referred to, but I only understood it when Ron Dooley explained it to me. I go, yeah, that's brilliant. So anyway, it was fun flying stunt and carrier at one contest.
Very good. You know, I'm sure our audience, I'm just beginning to get a sense of carrier, but can you explain again? I know you went through a lot, but I'm betting there's some people that are confused. So at the carrier event, explain the flight. You take off and then explain the flight.
Well, it was started in the early 50s when the Navy sponsored the Nationals, and the control line community, which was much bigger at the time, wanted to come up an event to thank the Navy and, honor their carrier flight. And most of the carrier guys, we had World War II guys, or just people like me who were, airplane geeks, and really enjoyed watching in the movies and such Navy airplanes fly. So they came up with the carrier event, which at the time was scale, and the basic rules haven't changed. There's a carrier deck with like 10 lines. It's, I think, about a 30-foot deck, and you have 15 feet of landing area, 15 feet of taking area. Don't quote me on those numbers. You take off in front of the arresting gear, the lines, which are connected to 5-pound sandbags usually, and you fly 7 laps high speed from a dead stop. So that's just like in racing, a quarter of a mile, 60-foot lines. And then you hey, Bob.
Came on to say hi.
Hey, there's somebody I haven't seen in a while.
I haven't seen you in a while either. I came on to say hello. I saw you on TV, and I figure I'd come on to say hi.
Oh, there we go.
Everybody else too.
Good to see you.
He's an old buddy.
For sure. We're all old buddies. Go back years.
How about it? Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to explain carrier because I entered it in an event. It's kind of my secondary event. So anyway, your high speed, high speed, then you signal at the end of their high speed and slow the aircraft down. Sometimes that means dropping flaps. I've got one airplane with an aileron that kicks up, and I like putting a kick rudder in. And when you're ready you signal for your low speed, and then you fly 7 laps as slow as you can go. And after that, And that's the score. Then I usually fly a couple laps and kind of unwind, and then you have to signal a lap before you try for your landing. And the idea is to land on the deck in a 3-point landing with the engine running. The engine, that's optional, but it's harder than it looks. If you have to go do a go around, you lose 5 points for every go around. Anytime the aircraft touches the grass or the asphalt, whatever it's on, that's a splash, so the flight's over. And that's it in a nutshell. And the controversy is, a few years back, they authorized a maximum of a 60-degree flight angle. So that's why you see a lot of the prop hangers. But it's becoming, there are a few people who still prop hang, and it's a challenge, and it's kind of fun. It has nothing to do with carrier aviation. It's just modeling. And people use that as an excuse not to fly the event, but you can do pretty darn good. I mean, I can get down to 18 miles an hour, below 20 miles an hour without hanging on the prop. And that's usually good for a 100-point landing, with the exception of maybe 5 people in the country. That's gonna, put you in the top 3. So, and because so why fly it? It's really satisfaction to get that 100-point landing. It's cool. I like the way the airplanes look. I like scale airplanes. And it's a little bit of an anti-stunt event. You just kind of slam into the deck, and boy, instead of having to grease, and the airplanes don't have to be perfect. They should be nice. But it's a different, if it's a different type of modeling, but I think it's one that complements stunt. Because you really have, just like a stunt flyer, you have to have a real feel for the airplane to get it going.
Is it mandatory for anyone who flies carrier to be named Pete?
Yeah, there are a couple of good flyers named Pete, but Pete Mazur is a heck of he's in a different league than I am.
I saw him at the Nationals and we talked for a while. He's quite a character.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've really only met him once, and that was down at the Northwest Regionals, and we all the carrier guys and I went to dinner, and yeah, we just like in stunt, we have some.
Does he hold all the records?
At one time or another, he has. Yeah. They kind of trade between about John Vina, Pete, probably 4 or 5 people whose name isn't David or Bob or Paul.
You did a real good job explaining what carrier is. Now, for the rest of us, for edification, can you explain what stud is?
Well, it's the dance, right, Bob? You
Yes.
still think of that. It's the one anyway, get me started there. The aesthetic philosophy of stunt versus the engineering approach.
Really? I remember that Ryan SC that you had at VSC one year?
Oh, yeah.
That sheets thing?
That flew so good. It flew better than it should have, but I had some control linkage issues, and that's what I'd finally gotten it dialed in, and I was going to take it to VSC, and I felt a vibration in the handle. And you know what I did in a previous life? I flew full-scale airplanes and helicopters, and especially in helicopters, there's always some vibration, so you get used to it. But by the same token, and it's with an airplane too, if you feel a vibration that you haven't felt before, and you can't identify it, you go into like, oh, what the heck? And anyway, there's a control linkage failure, and it shuttered just before it went straight in. Didn't even have time.
It was a nice airplane. It had a real long tail moment on it. It was it yellow and blue, if I recall correctly?
It was yellow and blue, and I think I don't know what color Jack's was, but he liked it a lot. But I think
how's that for memory? Do I get any points for that?
You
Very
should.
good, Bob.
I think I have the ring still in there with Jack's autograph on it.
Wow.
But I think I copied the yellow and blue from the Comet, 49-cent model kit. That was my first exposure to the Ryan SC.
Wow.
It's a good looking airplane.
Well, thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the shout out Sandbagger too. That was funny. I've been in the bands for 7 years, and the first time I won, he yells out, Sandbagger.
That's a Northern California tradition. Don't take it personally. That's what we all say.
I remember having that same thing in other, intermediate and beginner, just the same thing. But I just thought, man, my first time. I can see
I watched your flight. It was good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're doing good bringing some people into the sport too. I talked to a lot of guys, and the comment was, I'm one of Charles Carter's group.
Fantastic. I think I had Carl Reed and Joe Mata. Yeah. So when you go to a contest, try to drag some people there with you. We got to grow this event. And let me finish that caffeine finish. I think caffeine. Was you going to say something, caffeine? I know we kind of went off on a tangent onto Carrier.
Not much. I just did some. I just changed my effector wheels from 2.5 inch into 3.5 inch. It makes the effector looks like a monster truck, but yeah, I fly off grass often, and it's often tall grass, so it's better bigger wheels. Just to be safe.
Yeah.
All right, if it works, it works.
Yeah. It messed up with the CG at the beginning, but I did some rebalancing. It's all good now, but too bad I haven't got any chance to test fly it because this coming Thursday is Indonesian Independence Day, so all the field is closed because I fly often at military facilities, so they do have some training for the air show.
In this hobby, sometimes I don't like holidays because it ruins my flying field. And this is amazing. It's like, it's like, is this how it's going to be when I get retired? I'm going to really hate holidays. I just want every day to be able to go fly. So let me see. I think the next person came in might have been Stuart. Hey, Stuart, thanks for coming in. How you doing? I see you're muted and you're working on your airplane. That's fine. And then Gordon Delaney and Bart Kaplinsky. And Gordon, you still haven't kicked out Bart Kaplinsky. That's great.
Uh-oh, there comes trouble.
She's going to kick me out Thursday.
Thursday, okay. But hopefully you'll have your Pathfinder intact and ready to get all done by then, right?
Well, not done, but they're intact, both of them.
Yeah, that's good. Don't kick him out with a broken wing. Just let him have his plane. And then Ed Waskey, thanks for coming in, Ed. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Pretty tired. It was a tough weekend for me.
I bet. There was a guest in here Friday. It was matter of fact, it was Brendan and Angstrom. Man, they just gave such high praise for the event. They really, if you get a chance to watch Friday's show, I think you'll be touched by Brandon's comments about it. Yeah, check it out.
I appreciate
check out
that.
Friday's show, you'll like it.
Yeah, and we had pretty good crowd. I think it was a little over 700 with the kids and with the parents and stuff.
Wow.
You're breaking up. Am I breaking up on your end?
I'm breaking up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're okay now.
Okay. But
okay. Well, we got a storm coming through, so I might have issues. But anyway, we had a lot of good support, and Phil was there, Mark was there, Will Davis was there, Roger from West Virginia, and Paul Kobe, also Pampa members, were there. Some scale control line guys were there, and it was nice to see everybody and to and try to get the word out and stuff. So I appreciate anything that you guys had to say, Brandon and Angstrom. It was great seeing you, and this is, well, how do we make it better next year?
Right, exactly. You got to keep one upping what you did before. And how was the TV coverage, or did you get news coverage too?
Yeah. They did a special 5.5 minute for me on the week before. Several newspaper articles, and
Sorry,
also
Phil, I had to mute you, Phil. It's background noise. Go ahead, Ed.
also if you go to on the website, go to Connect Bridgeport, West Virginia. And then when it goes to the search up at the top, type in Carl Hopkins, and they started putting all kinds of pictures there. And I think the first one starts off with was Mark Weiss.
Oh, cool.
Which was appropriate.
Very, very, very cool. Awesome. Yeah. Well, let me
Hey, Ed,
go ahead,
Ed, something that my wife kind of pointed out that may be worth kind of keeping in mind for the naming of the event. I don't know how much you can tinker with it, but we used to go to an event for kids. It was called Touch a Truck, and that was such a grabber touch a truck that like kids were all over that place, and we saw that year after year just grow. So I don't know what you can do with the name, but my wife is like, well, if he calls it Touch a Plane, or some of that nature, it can get, more kids go, hey, I'm going to put my hands on, aviation stuff, those helicopters that were showing up. So just something to think about. I don't know how much you can play with it, but something to think about.
I did make sure that anytime anybody interviewed me or the newspaper, I put on there that it was hands-on. But we will work that in, because that's a great idea. Just like when we have the bags that everybody had and stuff, it could have said, Carl Hopkins Youth Aviation, touch an airplane, today.
Yeah, something to think about. And I think they gave out T-shirts at that Touch a Truck event too. So I mean, I just don't know what your budget is and stuff. But again, it's more marketing, advertising for it to grow it.
The first 2 years were T-shirts and hats. When you look at the pricing of what that stuff has gone to, and when you're expecting 200-300, maybe 400 is one thing, but when you start getting over 500,
I get you.
Yeah, it starts getting pricey quick. I mean, just the balsa wood gliders from the AMA, I had 1,000 of them, and that was over $1,000.
Yeah, wow.
Those little balsa wood gliders. So, no, any information or any recommendations that somebody has, that'd be great. We'll see what we can do next year.
Ed, I think it would have been better if you would have shared the gliders with others.
All right, I'll send you one.
Okay.
Very, very good. Let me recognize.
Wait a minute, did you bring it up for everybody?
Right.
Of course. Really. Yeah.
We all want one.
You should see when some of these young kids try to put a little glider together, and all you hear is balsa wood snap in half.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I need two.
Yeah, give them another one.
This ties in a little bit, then I'll get off carrier, but in kids. But when it was like 12 and 13 or 13 and 14, WAM, Western Associated Modelers, there were a lot of contests around here. And my son was junior carrier champ 2 years in a row. Well, who would have known that 15 years later, he joined the Navy, and right now is a petty officer first class, and just got off of 4 years on with the 7th Fleet out of Japan on the Ronald Reagan as a cryptologist. And he says he had flashbacks of flying carrier when they're sitting there on the deck underneath, and there's F-18s flying over their head, 100 feet above them coming in on fire.
Well, and that's why we named the event Carl Hopkins.
Send that man a glider.
Yeah.
But Carl Hopkins said that the future of aviation is in our youth, but yet all these kids that he worked with in the 20s and 30s were now fighting World War II for us. And they had the number of how many were pilots, mechanics, and things like that from the States. So, thank you for his service. Also, make sure you tell him.
Fantastic. Let me ask Jim Hoffman. How you doing, Jim? You had a chance to do any flying or building?
Let's see. I haven't flown since I saw you at Whittier, but I think I'm going to go Thursday. I talked to John. Lou said I think Lou will be there. Warren might be there. So I've been painting though. I could show
Tough
you.
this time of year.
Yeah, show me. Let me make you big.
I made a lot of progress on the Lunar airplane.
All right.
Well, let me figure out how to do this.
All right.
Okay.
Doing good. Ooh, look at
nice.
that. Oh, that's looking nice.
Yeah.
I think just about all the paint is on. This week was cockpit week. So let me see if I can show you that. I put the cockpit on.
Very nice.
This morning I put in the fillet. I'm not done, but that's kind of where we are right now.
Is that an adjustable flap horn hole?
Yeah. That's a Bob McDonald split flap horn.
Mm-hmm.
What airplane is that? I know it's an I-beam. Lunar. Okay, that's
Called. So here, this is Warren's Lunar.
okay.
Nice.
Oh, but this has all the adjustables, the adjustable lead outs. It's not, I can't show it, but the flaps and elevators are going to be removable.
Okay.
Let me see if I can show you. Let's see if it shows up. You see that tiny little hole in the yellow wingtip?
Yeah, very good.
Right, that's where you would slide a wire in. And so far so good. I'm not so happy with the paint.
Jim, how do you hold it in there?
All right, you don't need to close. How do you hold in the wire?
I'll probably just use a little bit of tape.
And just kind of bend it flat against the wingtip and just tape on it.
Yeah. Because it has that. Well, and also the other way you could do it is, let's see if I can show you here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's in the trailing edge, there's a pocket and an L bend there. That's another way to do it.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen it done that way before. That's a wrinkle I haven't thought of.
What engine will be in that? It looks like a good candidate for an Aero Tiger or something.
Yep, I have several Aero Tigers.
Nice, very good. Well, you're making progress for sure. Thank you very much.
Let's see if I can. I have a magnesium spinner too.
Oh, sweet.
There you are.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Is that you, Bob?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Warren, they were playing several years ago.
Thank you very much.
More than several.
Yeah, more than several.
Very nice. Great.
He suggested I fly it before I started this project.
Bob,
I'm sorry, Phil. I had to mute you, Phil. All the background noise. Go ahead, Jim.
So Warren suggested I fly his before I started this project.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough to actually have taken him up on it though. But I am going to charge him 2 years worth of storage, I think. It won't be long. I'll give it back to him.
Yeah, very, very nice.
But I'm looking forward to having them both done. Take a photo of the airplanes together.
That'd be a good idea. That'd be a good idea. So why did you pick to do the Lunar in the first place? What was it about it?
Well, I wanted to build another classic airplane. And so I looked, I want something that's going to fly pretty well. And it was a toss up between this and actually Mark Gerber's that Vico Hurricane that Mark took that whole design and put it into CAD with laser cut parts. And he shared that with me. And it was almost a flip of the coin of which one to build.
Wow.
That's all. I still have the USA 1. I mean, that's sticking around.
Yeah.
That's flyable. So,
Can I show you another one here?
Yeah, please do, Bob. Oh, nice.
there we are.
That was a while back.
Yeah.
Yep.
That plane looks really light. Is it pretty light?
Yeah, it's in the
Yeah,
30s.
it's about 41, 42.
Wow.
Mine
Yeah,
will be the same.
you can tell the way Bob Hunt's holding it. It's a very light plane.
Well,
I'm holding it very carefully because Warren would have killed me if I broke it.
Right.
Good.
And light planes are sometimes a little bit fragile, so you have to handle them gently.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about how to handle I-beam wing airplanes and launch them.
Very, very nice. That's a
Thanks.
great shot. I've seen that shot, I think, on Pampa before, on a Pampa magazine.
Billy Werwich explained to me years ago how to launch I-beam airplanes. You don't hold them around the wing. You put your index finger and thumb on the root rib at the right up against the base of the fuselage, the root of the fuselage. You never actually hold the wing. You just put your hand on the root rib, which is about a ½ inch wide, and that's how you launch it, is by holding onto that.
Wow.
All right.
Interesting. Well, I know that Sparky's building a Viper, so I hope his handlers know how to handle his Viper, because that's an I-beam he's building.
Yeah.
yeah, and the USA 1 is even more difficult to launch because of that cockamamie rudder.
Yeah.
It's so big. I'd rather fly it than launch it.
Hey,
But
Philip.
I can't tell you how, Warren's airplane it's a 20-point airplane. I've been going over it for a couple of years. I mean, it's got a little hanger rash or road rash from usage, but it's a flawless construction. I mean, you just can't find errors in it. It's like something Bob or Gordon built, or Mark.
He's a very good builder.
I just want to give Philip a chance to say something. I know you wanted earlier.
I forgot what I was going to say, but if anybody's going to make cracks about Bob's memory, no, that man's got the best memory anybody I've met in a long time.
And who are you again?
Yeah, I hear you, Bob. I hear you, Bob.
Oh, that was really good. That was good. Let me see here. Let me give Mark Wise a chance. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And thank you for sending me that spoof on the news.
Yeah, did you like that?
I did.
I don't know your personality totally, but I just send you things once in a while that I think you might enjoy.
I like it. You have me well targeted.
Oh, good.
I wanted to just shout out a couple of things about this weekend. It's I've always said it's the meeting after the meeting that's the most enjoyable.
Yeah.
And Will and I and his two grandsons really had a great time. But I'll tell you, I really enjoyed, for example, getting to know Phil Bailey more and getting to meet his wife. And we were invited Saturday night, kind of out of the blue, to visit Ed and his Pat's home, and then the three of us had dinner. And I had a wonderful evening Friday night after dinner. I spent about 3 or 4 hours with Mark Radcliffe. And,
okay.
And Mark, of course, is a 4-time world team member for RC Pattern. But, I believe his first job, if I remember right, was at World Engines. And he has a tremendous background, but he was also, he and his dad particularly were very close with Steve Woolley. And I learned things about Steve Woolley I didn't know. And I think Phil also learned some things about Steve that we didn't know about. We both knew he died in maybe a sports car accident or something, but he was actually racing Formula Vs at Nelson's Ledges in Ohio, and flipped the car over on the last turn trying to win, and had a terrible death. And but it's just have that atmosphere where you can talk to people. There's no pressure. There's no agenda. It's really nice. And if you ever get to the Carl Hopkins event, and you're going to find, like Will and I and others have found, you'll feel more important around Ed than you will at any event you go to. He just treats you really well and very appreciative for whatever you do. So, Ed, thank you. And
Thank you.
Phil, it was great talking to you and many others.
You too, Mark. I tell you what, but I had to second what Mark said. It was a first class weekend all the way from Thursday night on. I mean, from the time we got there till we left on Sunday, it was a blast.
Yeah.
A lot of nice people, a lot of people, the scale people. I mean, I saw a B-17 and a B-36 and I forgot what the other one was. It was another plane that really excited me flying it because it was just so neat. All these planes flying at the same time in the same circle. I just don't think about somebody flying a plane as big as the 17 and the national, I think, winning B-24 in the circle at the same time. And it was just wild. And you go over and talk to these guys and they just drag you in and you think you're at home. It was really nice. The whole weekend was a blast. And then you go over to the other building where they've got an indoor, get this now, indoor full-size soccer field. I'm not talking a kid's version in a gymnasium. I'm talking a full-size soccer field. And a guy that's one of the nationally rated indoor flyers walks up with this big airplane, gets down on his knees so he can get 2 feet off the floor, and just tosses just as nonchalant, turns around and walks back, got his back to it, walks back to the desk. This thing makes 2 big circles around the room, and it comes down and lands, and it goes by, and he starts walking over here, just nonchalant, his name, watching the airplane. And the plane comes in, just lands right where he's walking. I mean, talk about knowing your airplane. Good.
It was
gracious.
pretty cool. One of the great moments for Will and I know was Will has 2 grandsons, and one of them is named Wesley, and the other is Connor. And Wesley is the one that'll, probably go to college in life, and Connor will probably, as Will says, drill holes in concrete, and he'll be happy. But Wesley was doing most of the student teaching. And we noticed there were a couple of cute girls about his size that went up. And Will said to me, he said, Wesley looks like an octopus. I mean, he had 6 hands around that girl. And, he was embarrassed.
You're learning early.
It was just the cutest thing to have a 4 foot, student pilot. And usually it was the moms who came around with the kids, and they would ask us, can you fly someone that small as my child? And I said, absolutely. We have a small student pilot. And they thought I was kidding, but Wesley he was awesome.
Amazing.
So, Ed, thank you.
It really was.
Yeah, thank you. Did you get the message I sent you with the link to go look at the photos?
I did.
Yeah, I think you were the first one.
I was, and I was hoping you could touch it up so I'd look younger.
Yeah.
I guess that's too much work.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was great.
I have a few comments
man.
regarding this event. This is by Tony. Ed, the event was wonderful. Thanks so much for all your hard work regarding the additional of the touch of plane. Regarding the addition of touch of plane for marketing. It would be great if you could have 1 to 2 full-scale planes there. And she goes on to say, for kids to sit in, similar to the helicopter, but the planes would be there the whole time. I understand that may not be feasible. Just a suggestion. Thanks again. And it was great seeing you.
Yeah.
I imagine that's
something to look at, but you're talking about manpower and being able to do all that. So
great. And I have another comment in the chat box from, let me see, Lynn Burrell, Edward Carlisle. He sent us a like. Thank you, Edward. Appreciate that. And so did Terry Mitchell. And then Lynn Burrell said, hi, Charles. Like provided. Gary Sinclair, who's a member of our YouTube channel, and he's also the monitor. He provided a like. And then Terry Mitchell goes on to say, I've been building a lot of carrier plane, a Sterling Guardian, Brodak Profile Guardian, and a scratch-built Buckeye for the Northwest Regional Carrier, running reverse rotating K and B engines. So that's kind of interesting. And then Tom Rammel provided a like. And then Mel Rogers. Mel, I haven't seen you in forever. He's a member of my YouTube channel. Thank you for your support, Mel. He does great stuff, guys. And then Philip Bailey, he gave us a like. Thank you, Philip. And then we're all caught up. You see here. Hey, Bob, I know that you've been in for a while, but I don't know if I've given you a chance to really say anything. I want to give you.
I was just wondering, did anybody on Friday evening talk at all about Larry's services, Larry Storenzi's?
No, he passed.
It didn't come up. I'm so sorry, Bob.
It's all right. It's okay. I just wondered if anybody had. I was going to come in on Friday, but I was totally wiped out. It's been a rough few weeks for me, but I had to go. I really needed to go to Larry to give Larry a send off. I got something here I want to show.
All right. Ooh.
Oh
Wow.
man, the original.
There it is. That's
Block
Blue
59.
You know how many flights are on that airplane?
Not
No.
many.
Let's take a guess.
30.
17 flights.
17. Good
And the
gracious.
last flight was the last flight he flew at the 64 Nationals, the third place winning flight. And the head gasket blew, and he thought he was going to run overtime. So he flew it at the top of the circle to lean it out as much as possible, overheated the engine, stopped it, landed in time, and took third behind Mario Rondinelli in second and Jim Solhavy in first.
Good gracious alive.
And the airplane was built and finished in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And,
Oh,
and
man.
that airplane would be on the front row of any contest in the world today in stunt.
That's unfair.
It is unfair.
Is that the same plane that Brodak kidded or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
All
That's
right.
the original.
Yeah. So I thought you would all like to see that.
That's beautiful.
I also have another, and this is Larry. Let me just get another picture of this because this tells a story about Larry Scrooge better than anything I can. Those of you who have been to BSC in the past and have seen Larry there, Jim, you'll
Oh, the can.
You can.
Here we go. Yeah. Yep, that's Larry.
That was in front of his casket, so that kind of tells it all.
Oh man.
Oh, that is
It says outdated raffle tickets, 50% off, no IOUs.
Oh man.
very good.
That was
He was a
Larry.
class act. That's all you can say.
So anyway, yeah, it was a very melancholy night for me because I'd known Larry since I've known anybody. I mean, he was one of my first recollections as I gained consciousness as a youth. Red and Larry, Red worked for my dad, and wherever Red was, Larry would show up because they were best friends, and they used to play with me on the floor at the house in Union when I was just 2 years old, 3 years old. And when I pestered them too much, they grabbed me by the ankles and put me face down in the garbage can in the machine shop with all the cutting oil and metal chips and everything.
Oh, wow.
And I was like a routine that happened at every flying field. I saw the bottom of several garbage cans at flying fields over the years. The instructions were performed by either Larry or Red.
Hey, New Yorkers are tough.
What's that?
I said New Yorkers are tough.
Oh yeah. Well, they're New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah, that's
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yeah.
Very good.
I recall when Larry would come to VSC, we require pre-entry. So most people just send in the form and that's it. Not Larry. Larry sent me the form and a 2 or 3 page letter with like his requirements of what he wanted.
I remember
At first
Larry.
I thought it was just humor, and then I realized, oh my goodness, he's serious.
I remember being at the roadway inn the night we were leaving to come home, and he was gassing up his Cadillac. And Larry always looked disheveled with the and by the way, the uniform of the evening for everybody was a flannel shirt at the funeral.
Nice.
Whole family
Oh, my
wore
gosh.
flannel shirts, and everybody there. I had my little uniform. I put it on. But Larry was always kind of disheveled, and he was gassing up at the Circle K, I guess it was, in front of the roadway. And he saw this, hobo coming up to put the bite on him for some money. And this guy got up within about 5 feet of him. He turned around and he says, "Hey fella, you got $5? I can't even pay for the gas I just bought." The hobo turned around and walked away. That was Larry.
That's funny.
I can't fill my tank. I
He was a great guy, though.
He was.
So, Mark Gerber, what you been up to?
Oh, working on my SV11,
All right.
other family things. Not much flying yet, but I may go out tomorrow morning.
With the SV11, is it done, or that's
No, not quite done, but
okay.
I don't know if Dennis is on, but I want to take my Nobler out and try a few of these maneuvers we had in that 60-degree pattern to see.
Yeah, Dennis won't be in tonight. He told me that he won't be in. Maybe we'll see him. I guess Friday. So that's cool. And David Hall, thanks for coming in. How you doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself, Charles?
Doing good. It's fun seeing you at the Whittier, because I've never seen a rat racer fly, and I've never seen anyone catch the plane in person. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that was Pete's airplane we were practicing with.
Hey, Dave.
I've never seen that before. That was kind of neat.
That's a super slow
I think
rat.
that was a Mockingbird, super slow rat.
That's an oxymoron.
Probably about 80 miles an hour.
Very
Charles,
cool.
wait till you see the big ones, the 40 power rat racers. When they catch those, they wear good sized gloves, and they don't have needle nose spinners on the front of them. Those things, you talk about honking, man, there's something else.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, let me say hi to Jonathan Carradas and Big John. You be next.
Yeah, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, not much last weekend. It rained. A couple of guys had to fly. They were brave enough. But
be able to shoot this fast when I saw me coming.
Go ahead, Jonathan. I got it.
the rain came and went. A couple of guys flew stuff, and one of the guys has got two Noblers. One's an ARF and one was a built from a plan, and it was quite interesting. They both fly a little different, but yeah, interesting. And I'm just sort of plodding around, fixing stuff up, still doing a bit of a repair on one of them, and yeah, just looking forward. There's a hint of spring in the air today, believe it or not. So hopefully, he says.
Very good. I like flying mostly in the spring and the fall. I prefer those seasons to fly more than the summer. There's less wind and it's longer. I don't know, I just enjoy it more.
I usually find competing interests in the summer, like fishing.
Yeah, I'm not really into fishing. I just maybe catching, but not fishing.
And now when you go fishing, you can use your flying lines.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Let me say hi to John Miller. How you doing, John? Thanks for coming in.
I'm doing well. Tired. Just got through with 2 gigs, one right after the other. Had a ball. Always enjoy them. We got those little old ladies get all bopping and nodding and jumping around. It's fun.
That is so cool, man. That really is.
Oh yeah. I tried to figure if there's anything aeronautical I could play in there. So talking about this would be within the rules and confines of stunt or control line or something. Can't think of anything except I really love playing the bass line. I've got a new harmonica that has the bass line or the bass reeds in it. And so I'm having a ball doing the really low notes and anyway, so yeah, I was doing that until just a little bit ago, and then came home. So I was all busy today. I was working at the museum, and then doing the music. So didn't get anything done. I had the sewer line give me problems over the weekend, so that messed everything up. So I think I got it on the downhill road. I think I'm chasing it. I'm going to catch it, get it fixed.
Now, what are you
So-
thinking about as far as Las Vegas, the stunt challenge? You're going to bring the SV11 again? What are you thinking of?
I'm going to bring the SV11 and fly it.
Good,
I
good.
may have to have a cane to keep me from falling over.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing Roy Cameron. I can't think of his name. I remember seeing him flying at the Golden State Stunt Championship. His first name is Roy. You know what I'm talking about, Pete?
Roy the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Not
him
Roy. You're
flying.
not. It's not. Wasn't Roy.
No, around here it's Jerry Arana
That's
takes
who it
it.
was.
He flies with a cane.
Okay.
Does anybody remember Carl? I'm sure Jim remembers this. Carl Shoup flying
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
about a 25-mile-an-hour
With that-
wind with a Dale Kern
Belfry.
belfry
Belfry
bound
bound. Yeah.
in classic, and he was flying in a wheelchair by
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
I took Bob, I took Carl over to the high school to fly one time when he was here. He's still in his wheelchair. Well, they turned our circle into a tennis court. So he says, well, we can fly on the parking lot. Well, it had quite a slope to it.
Oh no!
Every time he's around, he's trying to push it back uphill because the wheelchair wanted to go down.
That is a lot of work. I mean, it's definitely
Oh.
flying in the wheelchair, but not with a slant. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I mean,
The
it had
guy-
a bit of a slant because
It's a great mental picture of him going down the hill flying there.
In Flying Lines, the online news magazine of the Northwest guys, there's an article about, I think it's the club in Roseburg has a pilot and he flies out of a swivel chair.
Yeah.
He has mobility and balance issues, but you know, hey, anytime you can do it, that's great.
What you gotta do.
We helped him out.
is that you, Pete?
Yeah.
That was me.
Are you Pete's brother?
No, that's
Uh,
Pete.
It says Lois. That's my wife's name.
I
I
know.
don't know how to change it. Hi, Gordon.
How are you? It's been a long time.
Yes, it has. I've got a Pathfinder. It's on my list. Next profile. Got to get something a little more competitive than my Brodax Zero.
Yeah.
Looking forward to building that.
Well,
You're gonna fly back in carrier?
No. I might make some carrier style landings, but not intentionally. Contest wise, I just got the notice from Jim Aaron that there will be a meet and meet this year, which and it's too far, but it still is a fun contest, and it's going to be September, a 3-day contest, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at Napa at the Dave Fitzgerald Circle. So we always
Jim
look forward
Ticky Circle.
to that around here. What's that?
It's the Jim Ticky Circle.
Jim Tickney's Circle. Yeah, that's true. It's memorialized to him, but it's right by Dave's house. So
Yeah, that's difficult contest because it's a one circle contest.
Yep.
That's what I'm told.
yeah, then we have the barbecue, and because it's fenced in, space is at a premium. And but we always have a good time there. Friday they're going to do classic and old time. I think Saturday will be beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and Sunday will be expert, and barbecue all 3 days. I usually at least one day bring chili, and we try and get it over early because of it's so close there to the ocean. You get the sea breezes coming in after about 1:30. So anyway, there was some question like as if we were going to be able to do it this year, because normally it's at Woodland, which has 2 contests, but we haven't had any water in that field, so it's real bad shape.
does
Does
anybody
anybody here know who Jim Ticky was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Colossus.
Mhm.
The Colossus.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
him
There you go.
at VSC with Billy, and he had a 62 Aries there that met its demise from a prop spun off, and the thing went into a shaft run and destroyed the airplane.
Oh geez.
Oh, how
man.
terrible.
It is terrible.
He was one of the best builders that ever lived.
You got that right. He built two Pathfinder LEs. He built the first one, flew it, and liked it so much he built another. At least that's what he told Gordy. Because Gordy asked him, why you build two?
It was hard judging him because he was one of the few who fly clockwise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have a good Jim Ticky story.
All right.
So we're sitting there, some contest, and he's got a little piece of musical wire on the leading edge of his wing or his stab or something. We're talking about the aerodynamics of that. And I said, well, can you feel it? Can you tell the difference? He says, no. I said, well, why do you leave it on? He says, if I take it off, Dave Fitzgerald won't help me anymore.
That's true story.
Funny. Oh, it's
Oh, man.
So does anybody know how Jim Ticky got that circle? Anybody familiar with the story?
no, not me.
I used to go stop in and spend a few days with him, and he'd take me out to the circle from the 50s. And there'd be a train parked there. And I said, well, how do we get to the circles? Well, one of us will climb up, we'll pass the airplanes over, and the other get down, we'll hand them down. And the circle is real bad shape. And Dave used to go over there and spray weeds from the cracks there in the circle. It's a really horrible circle because it never been maintained. Well, they tore it up to build something else. So Jim went to the city and he says, well, are you guys going to replace that circle? And I says, what circle? He says, well, you took away our flying circle. It's been there since the 50s. Oh, we didn't know there was a circle there. Well, I think it should be replaced. Okay. So they built the Jim Ticky circle.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
It is pretty clear.
Good negotiator. Yeah.
Well, he's kind of a big man, too.
Yeah, you should know what that's like.
Yeah.
Let me say hi to Gary Sinclair. Thank you so much for coming in, Gary. Appreciate
Yeah.
it, Gary.
Enjoy you guys.
Awesome.
Hi, Gary.
And
You
let
know,
me
I think it'd be a blast to be at a contest with John there and have a kid try to act up. Just anything. Just try to act up even just a little bit. Just walk over to him and have John just look at the kid. Walk over to the kid yourself and say, you better behave yourself. Santa Claus is watching you.
I have done things similar to that.
I bet you have.
I got to try him.
I'll bet you have.
It's amazing because the kids, their eyes get big and their mouth goes shut and they look, then they turn around and run to mama.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet.
Hey, John, I got my stalker today.
Oh, you did?
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Is it from John Miller or from Ukraine?
Tom
So,
Dick.
From John Miller. Okay.
so I get the
Tom
new
Dixon.
one and you keep my old one? Is that how it works?
Well, the open is broken in probably.
Yeah, it's all broken in, ready to go.
Broken in too because I took the head off it, and it has 58. I had 53 thousandths head current. It's a squish band head, and I don't know if that's standard. Do you care if I take the head off yours?
Yeah, go ahead. Just don't grind on it.
Well, I got it laid there. I can fix up that squish band. Make the piston a lot looser.
What stalker is it? Size or displacement?
Side exhaust stalker 51.
51.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I saw a Stalker 81. I mean, I'm sure it's for other smaller ones, rear exhaust muffler on eBay.
Looks kind of like that.
Yeah, imagine.
I like that.
Make it big here.
I'm putting it in United. So I just made some mount pads for it. But
very nice.
I've only bench run it, so I'm looking forward to
that is such a sweet running engine.
Seeing it work. Yeah, I was impressed. I just have to get used to the lower RPM setups because I
I-
usually run a higher RPM.
I use a 51 rear exhaust on my Pathfinder LE, and that's a big airplane.
Wow.
And Gordon has used one on his LE. I don't know. I think he's using a rear pipe machine engine right
I
now.
think I saw Gordon's 51 at Whittier Narrows one time, and I couldn't believe that big airplane being pulled by that by
yeah.
a relatively small engine, but it wasn't hurting for power.
No,
They run no nitro, and I always run 10-15% in them.
Oh,
but I run none. You know,
Yeah, I run none also.
and
Me too.
it's I've never felt the need for or the lack of power. You know,
what percentage of oil and what type? That's I've heard a
17
lot.
to
I've heard all
18%.
synthetic, which I have.
17 to 18% all synthetic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
you-
do too.
If you gotta use any Castrodol, don't go over 4 or 5%, and be ready to have to check to decoke once in a while.
Yeah.
Just
If you
check.
got anybody close to you, if you got any place close to you that runs go-karts, races go-karts, go in there, you can buy your alcohol and your oil right there and make your own oil for about $8-10 a gallon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
great
I
tip.
run 11 and 11 in mine. Well, it was John's then, but I run 11 and 11
Okay.
and 10 and 15% nitro.
Gordy's got the best deal going. He borrows a brand new engine from me, and I get it back all black.
Oh,
You get it back broken in.
Yeah,
it was already broken when you loaned it to me, John.
was it?
Yes. That's why I borrowed it, so I didn't have
Oh,
to
okay.
put one in.
I see. You don't ask me what he did to my 81. I might.
Uh-oh.
I know that thing. I was running 20% in that. Boy, did it rumble.
Yeah, and I tried nitro in my stock ready ones. They just seemed to just get hot. They didn't care for it. Maybe I needed to add head shims, but I had it stock and I just tried nitro and did not agree with the motor at all.
Really?
Yeah.
What size was it? Was that the 81?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Was that a Stalker 81?
Yeah. Yeah, all I have is 2 Stalker 81s.
And that one starts so easy, you won't believe it.
What oil you running in it?
Synthetic, like 18% synthetic.
See, I was running 11 and 11.
Okay.
Seems enough.
Huh.
22% oil, yeah.
Yeah, I was running
Just
22. Caster helps pull the heat away.
Yeah, my stock
Caster helps.
always ran nice and relatively, wouldn't say cool, but relatively, content. Didn't get hot or excessive.
Yeah, I had the same thing happened to me. Mine just ran relatively normal and didn't get overheated or anything like that.
You remember about how much fuel it would use per stunt run? I'm just because I've got a 5.5 ounce tank.
You got plenty.
You got more than enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
good. That's
depends
what I
on-
wanted here because I'd like to go down to 5. It's kind of a tight fit,
Yeah.
It
My
depends on the
76.
altitude you're flying at.
Yeah.
Yeah, like flying up here, we're at 46 to 5,000 feet, and I could get by 3.5 ounces.
Oh, geez.
But I go down to Whittier Narrows, and I could fill a 4 ounce tank up full, and I couldn't get through the pattern.
Hmm.
And so I went to a 6 ounce tank because I like plastic RC tanks set up the way I set them up. And so once I did that, I got no problem. I got plenty of space, but you will have to go richer the lower altitude you go if you've got to set up a higher altitude.
Yeah.
Pete, I run 5.5 ounces on my new Pathfinder
Okay.
that needs to be covered. And that's what I had on the old one. I was running a LA 46. But on the Stalker, running 10 to 15%, I'm going to burn a lot more fuel than if you run just no nitro at all.
Yeah. I I can
So-
see that.
Guys, I'm gonna have to jump out. I'm going flying early in the morning, and I gotta get some sleep. So it's
Hey,
good.
thanks, Bob, for coming in.
It
Appreciate
was
it.
great to see you.
Good to see you, Bob.
Good seeing you, Bob.
Bob, hang in there,
Rest
but
your arms up. You
think
get
seriously.
pretty tiresome flying with them.
What's that?
To get you good rest on your arms, it's hard flying with them, you know.
Yeah, I was out flying tonight with Robbie. Robbie's back flying again. And he hadn't
Oh,
flown in
really?
like 2 years, and I gave him that old Genesis. And he's first flight, he was right down at 4.5 feet, right on just,
You're in trouble.
just amazing. So
Wow.
he's
Good
coming
gracious.
back. So, you know.
Yeah.
Bob, think about coming to West Virginia next year. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a
I was
fun
supposed to
contest.
come this year.
It's
and I
not a
apologize-
contest.
And I have to apologize to Ed because I told Mark I was wanting to come out with him, but I kind of hit the wall after the Nationals a little bit, and I didn't feel good for a couple of weeks there. I actually was pretty good. I'm feeling better now, so I'm sorry.
Nah, no problem. You look better, Bob. And
Hey,
that
real
compared
good.
to when I saw you a couple weeks ago.
Anything's an improvement, you know. So
Yeah.
Just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
got
you
your
guys-
help, you got everything, but without it, you got
We-
nothing.
hopefully see you on Friday. Maybe we'll try to drop in. But it's been good to see everybody. And again,
Yeah.
Pete, I haven't seen you in so long. I just had to come on and say hi. You know, so we're old buddies from VSC. So,
All right.
good night, guys.
Hey, good night.
Good night.
Bob.
Well,
Bob.
Cheers.
All right. Let me let Bob Whitley in, and then Tryon. Hey, Bob, how's it going?
Actually, really good. Had a nice weekend. Had another military reunion. It got very late and very liquid out. And then next day went to a birthday party for the guy who took me for my first airplane ride when I was 5 years old, and he turned 97.
Wow, 97. That's
Big deal.
So he's in the extended care. His memory's kind of going, but he was really receptive. Had a good time. I gave him a pair of little commemorative Air Force wings to pin on his cap. He was all happy with that. So it was good. And then I
Did you
came
give
home.
an airplane ride?
I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to, but he's just not up to going out at the center.
Oh, that's too bad. He gave you your first one. You could probably give him his last one, you know?
I would love to, but his daughter is also a CFI.
Oh, okay.
It runs in the family, but on a plus side, I got him. He can't write really now, but I got him to put a few scratches in my logbook on a special line because he'd taken me up in a Stinson 108 Voyageur, and
Oh,
a couple
my
of months ago, I finally got the opportunity to fly one. Now this one was hot rodded with all kinds of stole on it and everything else. Heck, I could hang that thing at 40 knots and fly it around all day just with 2 notches of flap. But anyway, so I kept a space on that in my logbook for him to sign it, and I'll highlight that as my little bit of commemoration, closest I could get.
That's
very,
great.
very cool. Very, very nice.
That's neat.
And someone
neat.
else I'm going to take up here real soon too is a lady named Rosella Bjarnson, and she was the first female airline pilot and the first captain in North America. She's an old friend.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
So on her logbook. So yeah, it was good stuff. We're having a contest this weekend, so feel free to come up.
Prairie Fire or what?
Yeah, Prairie Fire. Actually, I'm going to show you something here.
Fly down to Lake.
What's that, Gordon?
Why don't you fly down to Lake and you take me for my last airplane ride?
I'm going to switch my camera here just a sec.
All right.
I don't know if you can see that on my workbench.
Yeah, I see that. What is that?
Full sheet of 0.4 millimeter or 64th inch aircraft ply that was 5-ply that was that, and a sheet of 32nd were donated by one of my suppliers for the contest. So I'm cutting it up into 12 by 36 strips and doing up gift packages for the contestants, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. I got a box full of stuff that I managed to scrounge for door prizes, imitation Dremels and all kinds of stuff. So it should be a good go.
Neat deal.
Very nice.
And then I always bring along bundles of 3/8 by half and half by half maple for guys to take whatever they want. I just cut up scraps. And
That is nice. That is very
pretty much
nice.
unlimited motor mounts fly around here.
What's
Sorry,
that
what was
airplane
that?
behind you, Bob? I see it's navy blue, that kind of.
Oh, that's Corsair. That's an
Okay,
RC plane
well-
that one of these days I'll get around to using. But yeah, that,
Nice.
it's 1/6 scale, the old Top Flight Corsair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, good eye. Good eye. I can barely see it. Very good.
Out of the way here.
There we
Oh, there you
go.
go. Now we can see it. Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surrounded by probably about a dozen airplanes or more here right now, just in my shop. I hate to say it, but I've almost got too many airplanes.
No, it could never
Impossible.
happen. Never happen.
You might not have enough
Never
room
happened.
to store them,
Yeah.
but you ain't
My
never got
study
too
is
many airplanes.
jammed. They're piled up in here.
Talk to your neighbor about his garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't have a garage, nor do I.
Oh.
So out of luck that way. I could maybe take some out to the hangar at the airport and hang them up there, get them out of
There
there
you
for a
go.
while. I'm not using.
Well, you know, with all that wood you got and all the talent you got, build one.
Yeah. So it's life's pretty good. We've
Yeah.
the forecast for the week isn't too bad. The mornings are nice and calm, afternoons maybe gusting up to about 16 knots. Saturday, though, the main day of the contest, looks like should be perfect weather if the weather gods aren't lying to us as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, looking forward to it. I haven't had a chance to get out and wiggle the handle much, but well, not for the last week. So tomorrow morning, I'm planning on going out bright and early and take advantage of the commerce conditions for the next few days. Do that.
Very
Sounds
good.
good.
Hey,
Let me get Tryon in. I know last time he was showing us his paint on his plane. Many, did you actually finish some of the painting, Tryon?
Yes, I did some.
I
I'm
got
not
to see it.
I'm not super happy with it, but we'll, I'm gonna add some more stuff to it. So it's lacking a little bit of balance.
Oh, pretty color though.
Oh, that is pretty.
Looks spiffy.
Pretty colors. Wow, that's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. And you're making the plane now look so straight. I mean, all the curves, you kind of change the characteristics of the plane. That's pretty neat.
A little bit, yeah. I just
Very nice.
so
That's
what
very
I
nice,
don't
Ryan.
so what I
Nice,
don't
right?
like about it is like so
The Pathfinder.
I know the
Okay.
is not showing very well, but there's some yellow over here. That's a yellow checker here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I want to change this fade out here to yellow and add right in between here, nose, the yellow fading out. So it kind of balances out because there's nothing here and it's everything on here and just like, man, right now I'm not super happy with it. So
It's coming through pretty clear picture on my TV anyway. So you
I
must have
see
a
it.
good camera.
Yeah, I see it now.
Well,
Now I don't, but I did see it. There we go. It shows
There
up.
it is.
well, if you decide you don't like it, Train, just tell me when. I'll come down and pick it up and you can build another one.
Yeah.
So what I want to do, I just want to add some more yellow here, and probably the spinner is going to be all yellow too, because I want more
Pretty.
power. It's a lot of purple on everywhere, so it's too much purple, right? So I
No,
want
I don't know.
to counterbalance
I don't
it
know
with
about
something.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I like the green
yeah, this
canopy.
part looks good, but it needs, just it's not, yeah.
Where'd you
And
get the green
checkerboards
canopy?
always
Is
make
that
them fly faster.
is that a pit? Is that no drink bottle or is that something you stain? The canopy.
The canopy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sanded off, so it needs clear on it to get it done. So the
But it's
canopy I
green.
made
Did you
it with
stain it?
stain
It's
it?
green. It's
It looks
green. Did
green.
you stain it?
Green. It's green, yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
was
good.
that a soda bottle?
Yes.
That's what
Ah,
the question
okay.
was. Okay.
I've
Yeah.
tried
It's,
that. It never works for me.
Oh, it works great. And if you stain one, I've stained 3 or 4 of them, and I talked to a couple other very notable people who you think of as I always think of as building premier models, and they all say if you stain it, they all fade. But if you'll use a soda bottle, it stays put. Now, one little word of wisdom. If you want to stain one, or you're thinking about maybe stain one, you might want to go get you some soda bottles and stash them somewhere, because they're going to clear. At least
Yeah.
around here, our 7-Up and Sprite are now yellow, and always been the yellow bottles, now are green bottles, now they're clear. So
I think this was 7-Up bottle or something like that. So
yeah.
I just made the mantra. What I noticed that you want to fill in the gap as much as possible because it doesn't shrink that much, and if you have too much space in there, it's not going to shrink completely the way you want it to. So that's that was it. I'm overall I like the balance overall, but I just see like it's only on one side and nothing else over there, and with all the wings being translucent purple and stuff like that, that's just doesn't I want more punch from the yellow. Just like I think it's going to look much better.
I think you might consider just a little hairline black around each of these checkerboard squares, just to make them pop.
That's an idea. Yeah.
I think Trent worries too much because his planes always turn out pretty.
Yeah, but if I do that, I'll have to worry about then I'm gonna have panel lines anyway, so I think the panel lines are gonna bring it out too.
Looks fine. Looks fine.
Hey, Phil.
Hang on a second. Jim, go ahead, Jim Hoffman.
So we were talking about staining plastic canopies. I've stopped doing that years ago. What I do though is I'll just take an airbrush with thin dope.
Yep.
And very gently spray the inside.
Yep.
And you're done.
Yep.
Never fades.
Okay.
Good forever.
Yep. I've been doing that too, Jim.
Maybe you taught me that. I don't know.
No, I doubt that. But I have
That's on what kind of plastic?
PTS, same stuff that soda
PTFE.
So it's the soda bottle plastic, not the SIG canopy plastic.
SIG canopy is butyrate. It works on that. If the paint is compatible, it'll work.
And you can
some of the
those
materials
canopies.
have changed over the years. My experiences with old SIG butyrate canopies.
Yeah. You can sand those canopies though with sandpaper, and they look so bad you think, well, this is ruined. I'm gonna take this off, put a new one on. Don't give up until you can take any color dope you want and put just a little bit on there at a time. If you thin it down enough, it takes a bunch of layers, but you can make that thing look like it's smoked or black, green, yellow, whatever you want. But when you hit it with a clear dope, I mean, it gets clear all of a sudden. All those cracks fill in and it looks clear and clean and it's beautiful again. So don't give up just because you got a scratch on the canopy.
I shoot mine on the inside with the color that I want it. And then
I've never done that, but I'll try it next time.
Yeah, it works. Now I need to ask you a question. It's really quick. It's just curious. What's that plane in the background there on the stand?
That's the SV11. It's getting ready to get its third ESC. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm burning up ESCs.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
And you're burning up the spin jet ESC?
Yep.
Oh wow.
I'm on the third one. Be on the third one in the morning. We're going out in the morning, 8 o'clock. And I just got the thing in there. I got to put the covers back on. Of course, I didn't put the battery cover back on. You can see right there.
Yeah.
But I didn't put the top block on back here either.
I can't remember the last time you showed us an airplane. I can't believe it. I'm actually seeing one of your airplanes. That's great.
I'll get one out. I'll show you that one once I get it finished, get it flying right. But right now, man, that one has been a challenge, and I just don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. I want to get with Bob or somebody that's good at Jetty and Spin 66 pros and find out what Jetty and Spin Fioretti and Spin 66s and see if I can figure out what the heck I'm doing wrong.
Yeah,
this is getting expensive.
Are you burning them up on the same airplane?
With it right now.
Same airplane.
Maybe you have a cooling problem.
That's what I thought, and I'm thinking about putting a cooling hole in the front, where this one comes in the front and it's got a dam that
It's
air
not
has to come
more,
up.
consider not more holes, considering making the air that's flowing in there flow over the ESC.
Well, that's what I've done. I put a 1/4-inch ramp in it. It's in the bottom. It's in the bottom. And I don't know how in the world we were supposed to get it at the bottom the way it was. I kept looking at it. I think, well, the only way I can figure out how to do this is cut a hole in the bottom of the airplane. And I talked to several people and they'd all cut a hole in the bottom of there. So I made a door in the bottom and cut it out, put the ESC in there. But instead of putting it in there, it didn't make sense to me to put it dead down on the bottom like it shows in the plans, because that's putting it right against the bottom of the battery. I thought, well, I don't want it next to the battery. That's hot. So I put a 1/4-inch block on each end and put a piece of 1/64 ply, 1/32 plywood in between, put holes and all in that. And then I strapped my ESC to that. And it still burned up. So I don't know. And I've got holes in the bottom of that plate right there on the bottom. So I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on. I've got 2 holes opened up in the bottom of the fuselage, the one that everybody opens up, and then the one right behind it, the 2-inch holes, or 1.5, whatever they are. And I have no idea. But if somebody's got a cookbook for what to do to the to a Fioretti and a Spin 66, please text it to me. I'm about ready to hang.
You burn a Spin 66?
Yeah.
You burn.
I've got something going on. I've got something going on because the one in it right now.
What do you have there?
Huh?
Second.
I'm sorry, what?
All right.
What motor?
What motor do you use?
It's a 3515 710 badass, nasty donkey. And it's the Spin 66 and the Fioretti. And 2 people have tried to help me with it, and they had it flying so darn fast that I felt like I was holding a rat racer. I can prove that the cloth lines will hold now, because I've never had anything that pulled as hard as that thing does running a 4-second lap.
Spin 66 should be more than enough for that motor and whatever.
Well, I thought so too, Tran, but it will not initialize now.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute.
You go, when you plug everything in and hit the button, it usually goes and then stops. And 30 seconds later, the motor starts up. This one does not do that. It won't initialize.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm telling you what, it's getting expensive.
It could be the timer that it tells it to go too fast, and
I've got everything slowed way down this time. If it flies, I'll be surprised. But evidently, I've got something out of whack because it won't initialize, and I'm wondering, have I burned up another one, or have I just put something down in an area where 2 things are fighting each other and just won't start because something doesn't agree?
I think burning up will be my my number 1 suspicion. You know what?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, take a servo tester.
Mm-hmm.
Connect the Spin 66 and the battery to the motor and use the servo tester as a timer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And crank it up and down and see if it runs fine. If it runs fine, then you know it's a timer.
Good idea. I'll give it a shot. That's a good idea. Okay. I'll try that in the morning. Not tonight. I'm tired. Whew. We got home last night from West Virginia. All I wanted to do was get the truck clean and get everything put away. Just about the time I finally set my honey down in my easy chair, my grandson called. He had a blowout. So I had to load everything in the truck and go out on I-85 and find him and help him change the tire. I finally got home. I was done.
I bet.
I was done.
Jess, if you're listening, I can't remember the guy's. I know his first name is Fred, who has taught you everything about your spin jetty and Fioretti timer. So if you can come in, that'd be great to maybe help out Philip if you're listening, Tim.
Yeah, Fred. I know who you're talking about.
Okay, that's the one that's been advising Tim Jess and maybe others as well.
Fred Underwood.
Yeah.
Fred Underwood.
That's him. That's him.
But I'll bet you dollars to donuts you got a cooling problem.
Well, that's probably it. But it's got I've got holes in the bottom of that. I got 4 big holes in the bottom of that plate. I've got the hole in the front of the plane. I don't know. It's got to be something, but I don't know what the heck it is.
Thank you, Brent. I see Brent said Fred Underwood as well. Yeah, talk to
Yeah.
Fred Underwood. That's what everyone seems to rely on. And Howard, go ahead, Howard. And hi, Howard. Thanks for coming in.
Hi. Just for experimental purposes, I have a spin 66 on a 74-ounce airplane, and I'm going to attempt to fly stunt with it right now.
All right.
I know his will work. I think it's something in my programming that's fouled, but I don't know what it is.
Well, let me give
the timer has no effect.
That's
Unless
okay.
you static or something.
Okay.
Hey, Steve McBride, how you doing? What's going on with you?
Very good. Very good. Had a great weekend this weekend. Weather was perfect and went out flying, did really well. Flew out on Sunday. We used our new takeoff strip and that worked out really well. The guys were happy with that. I was really pleased with it. And I got into actually seeing where my mistakes are. So now I got to get into working on them. You put enough flights in and start looking at the video, you can see how bad it is and where your mistakes are and where you have to correct them and why you're making the mistake. So that's this week's accomplishment I'm going to be working on.
That's the hard part, figuring out why am I doing this.
I was looking at it and figuring out why am I doing this? Why is it a mistake? And why is this happening this way? And why is it consistent? Okay, well, this is what I'm doing. So now I got to work on me changing why the plane's reacting the way it is. And I'm looking forward to doing that this weekend.
You have an idea what happened at the joust? I remember when you had to save your plane. What caused that? Did it flame out or what happened?
Well, I just ran out of fuel. I'd spent too much time on it, messing with it, and just ran out.
Okay.
I got lucky where I was on where it did cut out that I was able to pull it out with ease and not have to run into trouble and land it safely. So I was lucky on that one.
Yeah.
This was on the stiletto?
Yeah, it was a stiletto.
Oh,
on the
man.
stiletto, yeah, on the stiletto and in the overhead, going into the second inside, and I just completed the loop and then set her down. Used the gravity, pull up and just set it on its wheels and be good.
I am really glad to hear you got that back.
Yeah, it was a nice save.
Yeah, it was a real simple save. It came going into the second inside on it, and as I just turned, she cut out right at the beginning of it. I just pulled full up, let it tight, make a nice tight loop, and let gravity set itself down, get level, put it on its wheels again. It was a good save.
Very good. Is Belinda going to be assisting you in the future? Is she going to be helping you launch the plane and retrieve the plane?
No, she said she had enough of that.
Yeah, Stephen, I'd heard that you just got married, so congratulations are in order, I guess.
Yeah, well, got engaged, yes. So thank you.
Engaged? Okay.
Not
Well, you're well on
engaged,
your way.
Yeah, I proposed to her on the center of the circle. That was exciting, and she told me, now I know you have enough friends that can help you with that. You don't need my help anymore. So I'm not falling for that.
Well, wishing you all the best, Stephen.
But it worked. And it was a fun, exciting moment. But she's looking forward. She came out, she's looking to come out more often and come to the event. So that'll be a fun trip that we could always make together.
Is there any possibility she might pick up a handle? You might help teach her how to fly? I'm
looking forward to doing that. Yeah, she's wanting to do that. And she's definitely saying, I showed her the ringmasters and so forth. So I told her about the ringathon. She wants to come out and fly on the ringathon and bring her son out as well. So they're gonna definitely try it then. I know that much.
Good.
But I'm gonna try to get her. I'm gonna try to influence her to get her to do it sooner.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just get her a good plane that's easy to fly and
simple.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think that'd be awesome if she becomes a flyer as well.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, that was. She's loving telling the story though on how she's sitting back there and everybody's saying hello to her and being all nice to her and she doesn't know what's going on. And all of a sudden here, she can't understand why everybody's standing around the circle and she has to help me bring the handle out there. But then she found that out. So she says, I'm not falling for that trick anymore.
Hopefully, you just need to hopefully just one time. You need to propose to her just one time. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, I said, no, don't worry. I says, I don't need your help anymore. I says, you just gotta go along for the ride. When we take a trip and go out again. She says, oh yeah, she'll look forward to that. She enjoyed it. So she'll definitely want to come out to more contests, more events. So that's gonna be a nice thing to do.
That is
Share
great.
together.
That is great. Let me just go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah, she's a sweet girl. I mean, and all respect, always thinking of me and wanting to do what's, knowing what to do, what's right. We always share things great together, and we look forward to each day.
That's awesome, man. We're gonna open up and let's look at Howard Rush flying stunt.
There we go.
The spin jetty system.
I got a question. How in the world has he still got sunlight?
Yeah, he's up in Olympia, Washington, and yeah, I feel the same way, David. It's dark down here in Southern California, and he's flying this at real time, and it's daylight there.
Oh man, we're getting cheated somehow.
Yes, yeah, and it doesn't look like it's too windy either.
Yeah, and since when do you have endless grass with a nice dog fence?
Yeah. Him and the Mary Lou, they made out. They bought this house up there in Olympia, Washington, and I guess he's told all his neighbors he won't fly any IC, so he's made peace with his neighbors so he can fly all the time. And he flies right outside his shop, I think.
Man, I'm drooling here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure how far of a drive that is from us, but maybe we should go up there, David.
Well,
I have to take my IC motor.
I think that's his old dog that he's flying, I think.
Looks like it's a pound puppy, and I need to volunteer to take it home.
Yeah.
Old dog, but what do you mean it's old dog? Is that what it's called?
He has two impacts that he's been camping, and one's the new dog, and then this is
You're right, Charles. That's his old one.
That's what I think. I suspect this is his old dog. He refers to them as dogs, David.
Okay.
New dog and old dog. Let's see if he has a comment. So Howard, how was that flight?
Well, it didn't burn up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on getting some more air to mine. Maybe that's the problem.
I can show you my deck if you want.
Yeah,
let's see the bottom.
Okay, I'll put it on the UDT and be right back.
All right, all right. We'll get back to Howard, give him a chance to set that thing up. He's a nice thing similar to what Jim Hoffman has to hold his plane. Is Jim still with us?
Yeah. So do you know what UDT means?
No, I don't.
Upside down thing.
Oh, that's great.
I think Paul Walker holds the patent though.
Paul Walker's a patent on that?
I think so.
Okay.
Howard, put that camera in a good place.
All right. Well, it's
We're
not.
gonna watch you. Put it horizontal, not vertical.
Okay. Well, here's the dog, and here's the duck I was talking about. It's just a piece of pink foam with a scoop in it. Directs the air to the ESC, which is over on, let's see, there it is. No, is that it? No, that's the tut. Here's the ESC. Okay.
It's bad, huh?
And let's see, that's right. It goes, the duct sends the air to the ESC. It comes in this hole here. Hole. And then goes to the ESC.
Phil, notice that there's not a lot of holes. There's one goes into, one goes out of, and he ducts the air. He uses the air he's got.
Yeah, here's the hole that it goes out of. And there's there's a little funny hole here.
Okay.
Doesn't do much, but it
Well,
cools one of the stators in the motor. Okay, well, that's about all the excitement here.
Well, is everything cool to touch, or is it? I mean, not cool, but like you can touch everything. Everything's not.
The ESC is cool to the touch. It's about the same temperature as the battery, I guess. I haven't measured it. The motor I can't get at to touch, and I'd rather not. I operated it once on the ground. I was flying at an airport, and the stooge hung up, and I didn't want to let go of the handle and walk out to the airplane to turn it off. So I just held the handle while the motor burned out.
Is that light supposed to be on? Is that a light, or that's the reflection from the sun?
There's a red light there that says, don't use this battery again. It has been discharged. And if you do, we'll only get to the outside squares.
Okay.
I'm scared to ask because I have a funny feeling I know the answer, but I take it you have know this from experience.
I've only done it 3 times, I think.
Oh me. Oh Lord, Howard, you are something else. Wascally Wabbit.
And he also had, normally the exit should be at least 2 times the area as the intake, from what I've been hearing.
That's an old wives' tale, or an old stunt wives' tale.
Exactly.
If you go by Charles's law, Charles, see how much the air expands, and if it expanded to twice the area, it would blister your paint. It would be really hot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've got plenty of exit hole, and it's pretty well ducted, but I'm afraid when I put the ducting through there, I may have given it too much room to come out of, and it's not getting enough back there. But the ESC is in a compartment below the batteries, and it's on a shelf so that the air can go all the way around it. And I don't know, it may just be something in programming. The whole thing may be just a problem in programming. I don't know enough to know. So I'm going to try to let it sit for a day or two, and I'm going to get my notes out and just go back through the notes and just see what I've done and what I might have messed up on.
Does it have does it record data? I forgot to tell you how hot it gets.
I think it does, but I haven't looked at it. I think it was 110 is what I have to set at.
That sounds like the cutoff temperature.
Well, it's, it won't initialize though. So if it cut off, it would just cut off. And then when it comes back, once you pull the battery off and put it back, it would reset. But this isn't resetting.
Did it come off? Did it cut off during flight?
No, it landed fine.
Oh,
no indication that there was a problem at all. That's the other thing's got me. When I landed, one of the guys wanted to look at it, and he plugged everything up and started looking at it, and it hasn't initialized since. So I'm thinking maybe we might have something in the, wait a minute now. I was thinking he fooled with an ESC, but he fooled with a timer. Oh Lord. Okay, I got to start all over again then. Okay. All right, that's right. He changed something in my timer, going to slow it down.
If these are the
Oh.
non-pro ESCs, the 66s, those that think you burned up, I'll take cheap.
I may I'll send it to you if I can't get it right. I'm gonna check the programming first. Because I just thought about that. I think he changed the timing on the timer. And he may have something above the limit or below the limit that won't let it initialize. Because it seems to me that the initialization would be in the timer, not the ESC.
Well, they both do.
Yeah, really, they both have to work together. So I'm wondering if there's something in there that's counteracting the other one. I don't know. I just have to do it when I'm not at the field frustrated and just go through it and see what happens. I'm going to take it out of the airplane, set it up on the bench and see what I can find.
Yeah, or you talk to Fred and he'll tell you the settings to use.
And I'll do that. I tell you what, I'm beginning to think that some of this stuff is just black magic until you learn how it works. But when it works, it's just so nice to push a button and it does what it's supposed to do every time.
Right. That's right. Before we run out of time, let me get a request in from the chat box. This is for Bart. This is from Marcel Legrand. He says, "Hi, Bart. Let's see your Pathfinder progress."
Well, I have to go put it together. It's downstairs.
Okay. How about Gordon's? Is there one that's together?
This is on the paint stand, and mine's all apart. The wing and tail are glued in and lined up really well. And I just fit a one-piece center section for the flap fillets. What I did, I cut a slot behind the wing so we could put the wing in and get the control horn in. Well, that slot will be filled up by a piece of 3/16. And it'll go all the way to the wing. And then I'll just, and that way you know that both of your fillets are in the same location. And I'll just make a fillet out of it and it'll be done. And it'll be strong. And it's just, it's the profile, it's all together in one piece. When I get home, which I'm leaving Thursday night for home, so maybe following Monday, I'll be able to get on this and show you the airplane.
All right. Yeah. If you have any problem getting on, let me know. Maybe we can try it sometime. We can do a trial run. If you want to reach out to me.
I couldn't get rid of my old email was the problem. And so he said he took care of that. So I should be able to sign up when I get home. And if not, I'll give you a call.
Sounds good, Bart.
Thank you. Looking forward to
You're
it.
welcome. You're welcome, man.
Sounds good.
The other question I had, does anybody still make butyric plastic canopies?
I don't know of anybody. What is that place in Texas make them out of? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of plastic that is.
Bart, are you looking for canopies or the old butyrate style material canopies?
Well, I could just, a sheet would be fine, so I can mold some. They die better, and the new stuff, I don't know what to use to glue them with.
Canopy glue works on the new stuff. But Keith Trossel pointed us once to a website, an RC website, that has a zillion canopies on it. And I agree with you that the new materials don't die well at all.
No, they don't at all.
But you can shoot clear dope and you can shoot dope on the inside.
Correct. Yes.
But RC 56 canopy glue works fabulous with all the materials.
Okay. RC 56?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Several people make it. They call it canopy glue.
Yeah.
It looks like Elmer's glue. It's white, that consistency. Don't buy any. I have a tube. When I see, I'll bring it to you.
Okay, thank you.
You have a whole tube. It lasts you 10 lifetimes.
Probably, yeah. Well, thing is, when I make my sliders, I have to do a little ridge on the front of the canopy so it'll seal into the front.
and those are always coming off. I had an awful time with my last airplane. So we'll have to play
You'll
with it.
like, this glue is really good on plastic.
Okay,
And
well,
it's,
thank you.
and it's not brittle.
I won't be in town Thursday. I'm leaving Thursday night from Layton to go home, so I'll be home Friday afternoon.
I'll be out of town the following week, though. It'll be a little while before you
That's no
see me.
problem. No rush. Thank you.
Jim,
All right,
my
Charles, I
dad-
gotta punch out.
Jim,
Hey,
my
thank
dad
you,
said
Jim,
you
for
got in
coming
touch
in.
with him.
I look forward to seeing you next week, Jim.
Yeah, that's right.
24th?
Yeah, be next week. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, man. See ya. Bye-bye.
Good night, Jim.
But everybody take care. I think I'm gonna punch out too. I'm supposed to go out in the morning at 8 o'clock. So I believe I'll get out of here and maybe get a little sleep for a change.
All
Have
right,
a
man.
great weekend, great week, and we'll talk to everybody soon, I hope.
All right. See ya.
Take care, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I wish Howard was put his camera on the other side, but you can just tell it has got nice consistency.
Yeah, I think he has the camera on that side. Maybe it's something to do with his Wi-Fi, because he always has his camera on the same side that does the maneuvers.
But do you see how the plane follows in the same path?
Yeah, I need to make him big. I muted him because the buzzing.
Yeah. But if you watch him careful,
yeah,
you can see him hitting the same spot every time. That's nice. That's one thing the top level flyers have. They have very good consistency. They put the maneuvers right on top of each other.
It would really help if we all had that white fence that was exactly at the right height for level laps.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people butchering that overhead 8. The clover especially. Oh my God, the clover is the most mistreated maneuver ever.
I actually think they got it right because in the old Clover, when you started up at 43 degrees or whatever it was, you did a full loop and all the rest of them are 3/4 of a loop. When you think about it. Now, everything is 3/4 of a loop.
Yeah. The problem is that if you watch people flying the Clover, what they do a lot of they never fly the flats.
Yeah.
There's a cross in the center of the
They're
Clover.
cheating on every flat.
Yeah, I mean they don't fly the flats, they don't fly the intersection to the other side, and they start too early. They definitely start very, very early on on the turns, and that just messes it up. And then they climb up to go to the next one because I don't know, they need to climb up for some reason. Overhead 8s in Clover. I mean, if you get those, I need a coach.
That's the one thing nice about electric. He's landing at the same spot every flight.
Not necessary. You can do that with anything.
Yeah, why is it easier, Charles, with electric?
Because at the time that you set up, everything's on a time. The plane's going to quit at the same time every single flight.
Wow.
Nah, I don't know. It's like if you make the maneuvers a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, or something like that from flight to flight, then your path is going to be longer or shorter. So.
And as you're coming in, the wind's going to affect you too. So.
Yeah, if you fly high enough, you can put the plane anywhere on the field you want.
Yeah, but you notice his hook didn't catch the line.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut down here, guys.
What was that, Bob?
I think I'm going to shut down. I want to get an early start out to the field.
All
I'm
right,
going
thank
to
you,
do
Bob.
one more little show and tell here, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
same with me. I've got to go. Appreciate everything.
Thank
Really
you,
enjoyed it. Cheers.
All right, good night.
So this is a layout of some of the loot that I gathered up. Well, this is just about all of it for the contest.
Oh, wow. Wow, you giving away Dremels? Or
Yeah, and a little airbrush there, and Dremel accessory kit, and a whole bunch of gift cards for anywhere from $30 to $50 a pop.
Well, I'm gonna be there in spirit. Just mail me the motor.
I wish I could get more, but one of the really good suppliers for us, their national, that was Princess Auto, their national headquarters says no charities this year, supply issues and blah, blah, blah. So they were quite apologetic at the local store here, but he couldn't give me anything. So maybe next year, because they normally supply $200 to $300 worth of goodies for me.
I did one on top.
Nice.
But anyway, it's all good. So you guys have a great week. I probably won't be here Friday because we're probably going to be doing that's the start of the contest. So we'll probably be going out for dinner afterwards and whatnot. So next Monday, likely.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob, for coming in. And
Okay.
Marcel Legrand, you got your request here. We have a Pathfinder. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you for getting that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. When I glued the stab in, some CA ran into my elevator horn, so I had to take it back out and spend some time getting the CA out of the bushing. So
Very nice.
anyway, that's what we got done on it.
Very good.
If you can see the cheek cowl on it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice.
So did you get my letter I sent you?
Not yet. I mean, I don't know if it came in the mail today, but I'll check the mail. I look forward to receiving it.
When did I put it in? Saturday afternoon. So the mail had probably already come. So they probably picked it up today. You know, I didn't take it to the post office. I just put it in my in the mailbox there.
All right. Well, I'll be checking the mail. Looking forward to it.
All righty. I just thought you might want to take a quick peek.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And we're both at about the same place.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure Marcel Legrand appreciates it.
Well, all of everybody, you have a great week. I hope to be on next Friday.
Well, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
We're home.
All right, buddy.
Okay, you guys take care.
All right, take care, man.
Have a good night.
Good night. When's Bart leaving for home? Do anybody know?
Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
How long of a drive is that? Is that a couple of days or just one day?
I'm making about 12 and a half hours. I just 795 miles. I make one stop for gas, a potty stop, and I just go.
Wow. Impressive.
And it works.
Yeah.
I leave at midnight going both ways because I miss the traffic in South Salt Lake where it's really bad. And I miss all the morning traffic going through Phoenix. So it's worked out pretty well.
Very good.
Okay, guys, you have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, Gordon. Stuart is building up a storm over there.
Yeah, he is. Let me make him big so you can see what's going on.
We're spying on him.
We're spying on you. Very good.
What you building? What's that?
Twister.
Yeah, it's a twister.
It's a Thangerized twister?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm hoping to get it done in a couple of weeks. I'm slow, but
Well, as long as you're steady, I think that's the key because you can be slow, but if you're consistent, you'll get it done.
Yeah, it's clean. Okay.
Even you, Charles, if you spend just half an hour a day, just
I know. I opened up.
A year.
I opened it right up
Boy,
for you.
did you
You're
step
fresh.
into that?
I did. I know. I just opened the door wide open for Tryon.
So how long have you been building the precious balsa? It's so freaking precious.
I don't know. It's been at least 4 years, I think. No, not
Also,
4
That's
years.
it.
I've only been doing this for 3 years, so it's probably
also
close to
wasn't
3
that
years.
precious when he started. He had to rename the plane halfway through the build.
Obsolete balsa.
Hey, Charles, don't let him give you a bad time. 4 years, that's fast build for me.
Thank you very much for your support, David. Appreciate it. I think it's less than 4 years because I've been hosting the show. This September will be 3 years. So unless
Yeah,
I
you do.
started it with Rusty, I don't remember if I started Precious Balsa with Rusty or not.
I'm pretty
Doing
sure you
great.
did.
Pretty sure you did.
Pretty sure, yes.
All right, well, what can I say?
So
You know what?
I'm
That's
saying
all right.
half an hour, no more than that.
Took me 3 years to build an RFS V11, you know?
I know. That took
Now
longer
you're
than that.
getting really
to build my
close to
Nobler.
home.
What are you having a marathon?
I have a 13 years old that's building a plane for the first time, and it's almost done in a summer vacation.
Very good.
Well, he's motivated. If you don't get one built, he don't get to fly.
He wants to come to the Canton contest.
She
Oh,
put him
cool.
on a plane, bring him out to Las Vegas.
We're in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm coming up with Eric Rule, Stephen.
All
You're
right.
gonna
You?
bring Eric?
Yeah, I'm bringing up Eric.
You coming
Oh,
with
boy.
Eric?
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, he contacted you?
yeah. We've
Okay.
been we talked about it. Yeah.
Okay. Good deal.
Yeah. Had a good time talking with Eric last year.
Train, you're gonna come up this year, right? I know you wanted to last year.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the finances to do so.
Hmm.
I have to look into it because to me that's like an $800 trip.
Okay.
Between the
You
plane
always get it-
tickets, between the
You can
plane
always get a
tickets,
can
the
and
whole,
put it in front of your car.
what?
You know, you get a can and put it in front of your car with a sign saying, "Help a broke bottler get home." There's a
Like
precedent
Thursday,
that's been set.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just Vegas. I don't even know how much the plane tickets are now because last year were much cheaper. This year are much more expensive. It's probably just $600 or $600 just for the plane tickets together.
I don't know, just know
I don't think so.
Vegas
Yeah,
is
but
actually
I would
one
love
of the
to.
cheaper places to travel too.
What?
Vegas is actually one of the cheaper places right now to travel too.
Yes, I know. Even with that, I mean, even with that, then if you look for accommodations for 2-3 days over there, because I would like to come if I do this. I would like to come on Friday, maybe
Right.
on Friday morning or something like that. So I really enjoy it. So I stay Friday and spend a lot of time over there. Saturday, Sunday, you know.
Yep.
Well, I have a block room rate for that. That gives you a discounted rate.
Yeah.
He gets a pretty good rate.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I took that in account. I look at that, you know, it's like, what are the hotel rates nowadays?
Well, the ones what I'm doing are totally different on that. So $4 a night, for Saturday, for Friday and Saturday. Sunday's only like $45 a night. Thursdays, I think $70 a night.
Yeah.
But then they have the resort fee and taxes.
Yeah.
Comes out to I know the 4 nights I got going right now. If you're here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you leave on Monday, the 4 nights is about all said and done with resort fee and taxes, like $520.
Yeah, $500. Who the heck has $500? I don't have that money. And
I'm
plus
saying,
the
yeah.
plane
Who
ticket's
said
$1,000.
Who said you had to stay for 4 nights? But it was 4 nights at
All right, even if it's less than that, it's still like $400. Plus the plane
Oh.
ticket's $1,000. I'm not that rich, man. I'm sorry.
Well, Sunday's only gonna cost you $45 a night plus the resort fee, plus and $104. Probably do about 3. And you want to stay within 2-3 days, you don't have to take all 4 days.
Yeah.
Maybe even you can share a room with Mike Lonke. I can't speak for Mike Lonke, but that might be an option.
But Mike
Some
is
people
coming
do,
with
some
his
people-
son
some
probably,
people
and
get together. Yeah, well.
Oh no, he's not coming with his son. I mean, normally that's his time. That's his time.
Well, no, he said he was coming with Sam this year, so I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay. I know last year this was like that's like his time away from his family to have fun and. Okay, right. That changes.
I
things.
remember him saying that, but he's probably had so
That's
much
also
fun
how
with
he
his
does
kids.
with his school. With his grades and with his school, he has to keep that up.
Yeah. So you're back, Gordon, or that was just Bart saying goodnight, huh?
Well, I went to take the airplane back and he shut everything down because he didn't know that you had an after party.
Oh,
Yes. You didn't tell him about the girls behind the curtain?
I know. We'll have to ask him.
I'm back.
Tell us, your friend Joe Mott is not coming in, right?
You know what? I got to ask him about that. I don't know. I know that I would think he would want to because I'm sure that he competed the first time at Wood and Arrows. He had a blast. He's been to Las Vegas 2 or 3 times. Maybe he'll come up with his wife and have a time with his wife and compete. I would think that would be the case, but I really don't know for sure. Hey, Joe Mott, if you're listening, go ahead and type in the chat. Let us know if what you're going to do or what you're thinking about doing.
Well, that's the thing I'm saying with that, because you usually stay with him. Whether you're staying with Eric
I
now
know.
or
This is just Eric. I was just gonna go up with Eric this year, something different.
you're staying with him then.
Yeah.
Okay.
when is the Vegas contest take place?
November.
dates?
November.
first weekend in November.
4th, 2nd to the 5th.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Bart and Gordon, are you guys even thinking about going to the Las Vegas contest?
I'm not going to be able to go at all. So
Ah, man, I was looking forward to seeing you.
after this trip, I'm going to be on beans for a while.
It wasn't the trip. It was all the engines he bought.
Stuff at a real hobby shop that I bought.
It's called John Miller.
Yeah. November meets the 2nd to the 5th. The 2nd is Thursday, but that's only a practice day. So it's the 3rd actually to the 5th. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday event.
I know it's probably on the flyer, but just to say things. So there's no Nostalgia 30 this year?
No. Super 70s this year.
Super 70s. Okay. So when like my SV11 was Nostalgia 30 legal, so it's not going to be legal for the Super 70 then, right?
No, it is not.
Dang
That's in the 1970 era.
Still flying classic?
Flying classic?
Yeah, are you still flying classic, Steve?
Yes. We're flying old time, classic, Super 70s, and Pampa.
Cool.
Did you say profile?
No.
No profile?
Old time stunt, classic, Super 70s, and Pampa.
Okay, so
But
no.
you can fly a profile in Pampa if you want.
You can
Right.
fly a profile in Pampa, sure. You can fly a profile airplane in Pampa if you want to.
Get one of them good super hot Pathfinders like Gordy's building, and
Yeah.
You'll do well with it.
Trophies through ninth and expert.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trophies to 9th.
Yeah, you can get Howard to fly twin and expert.
Plus, I also have a Top Gun Perpetual Award. I have a Top Gun Perpetual trophy that's set up. That's a return award.
Is it
How's your dad doing?
Go ahead, John.
I was asking Steve how's dad's doing.
He's doing well. He's doing good now. He's coming along.
Good.
He's seeing his doctors, and they're finally figuring out what's wrong with him and taking care of him the right way. And he's getting his treatment, so he's keeping up on it, and he's doing better.
Good.
Slow process of it, because they don't just make a pill that makes it all go away and fix you overnight, or snap your fingers.
Right.
Once you get older, it kind of takes its toll on you, and it
Tell me
works
about it.
slower on you as well.
Tell me about it.
And by the way, Bart, Marcel Legrand wishes you a safe trip.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Marcel.
Marcel sent me a video of him trying out his new hang glider.
Okay.
And it was interesting watching it, because he took off and he was doing ridge flying, and he took off and he went down a little bit below the ridge and headed one direction, and he got a spot where he got some lift, turned around, came back, and he's already 20, 30 feet higher, and he took off. He went down maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles down the ridge. By the time he got down there, he had about 400 or 500 feet of altitude, it looked like. And he was having a ball. It was just gorgeous.
Wow. More power to him. I just don't know about me doing that. I'd rather fly model airplanes. Me out of it.
Cat signed up.
What's that?
So we got to get your cat signed up.
My cat?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
She'll sign herself up.
Well, you guys, it's straight up 9 o'clock out here, so I'm going to end the live stream, and we can.
Just remember, the trophies that are on there, they're really nice for this year. These are the nicest trophies we have that's going this year.
So these are actually trophies or coffee cups? What are they this year?
They're plaques.
They're plaques. All right,
They're
cool.
plaques.
Very nice.
Is Howard making them?
What's that?
Did Howard make them?
I had my people make them.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me end the live stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. And our audience, thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching the replay, we'll be back. We do this live every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tune back then. And here we go. We have a message from Joe Mata. And here it is. He says, yes, my wife is taking me to Vegas.
Way to go, Joe.
All right, Joe.
Okay.
All right. Wow, that's fantastic. Well,
Book your room. All I'm going to say, tell Joe now, if that is the case, book your room now, because he's going to be staying at the Orleans, and if he's going to take advantage of that special rate on that block room, book his room.
all right. I'm sure Joe.
We're also doing Formula One racing out there, and the town is booking up quick.
Oh,
I'm sure. Yeah, that's one thing you guys consider is they are having a Formula One race, so these rooms are disappearing. So yeah, you definitely want to secure yours now, because
I have a block of rooms that they're guaranteeing me that I'm set with within that block. But if they wait until the deadline that they gave me where that block ends, I can't get any more.
Yeah.
all right.
I can't get them anymore. So right now they're secured. The amount of rooms I want are secured. They're not going to take them away. But once they pass that deadline, they're going back in the inventory, and the Formula One guys are going to eat them up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Formula One is just absolutely ridiculous in prices. So the hotels, they're going to want to take advantage of that because Formula One is outrageously expensive.
They're,
Let's see here in the United States.
What you're paying with my room rate and what they have, mine's a third of what the actual cost is.
Yeah, you do a good job. And I'm going to end the live stream. We can continue on the after party. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Please consider, liking the show, subscribing, comments, and don't forget to you can join the YouTube channel membership. I do it myself for just $4.99 a month. That's less than 17 cents a day. And I didn't get any super chats, didn't get any new members. We do have 26 likes, but at the height of our show, we had almost 33 viewers. So almost 26 likes compared to 33 viewers. But thank you very much. Come back Friday. Hopefully you have a chance to do some flying or work in your shop and tell us all